Good evening, Facebook. It's been a while since I did a live. Thinking we did this. I guess we finished up last week on, I went through the whole presentation, step 1, step 2, episode 3 and 4, about the presentation. But what I wanted to go over a little bit tonight was, are you adjusting? And what I mean by are you adjusting, are you, these carriers are out there changing their underwriting. What they've done is they've changed their complete system. We went from an email signature to a voice signature. Now we're even doing automated signatures. So my question to you is, are you adjusting? Are you changing? Are you adjusting to what's going on around you? Our face-to-face agents right now are out there busting it like they've always done. But us telesales people, are we adjusting to what we need to be doing? Carriers now, I don't want to name any names, but carriers, I talked to a guy today. He was talking about Liberty Bankers. And I tell you what, they've got a good system going right now with their application. You log in, do the application, then you get Miss Betty on the line. She signs it through a voice signature, and then you finish up the application, get approval. That's good stuff. That's what we're looking for. And if you're not adjusting and accepting that kind of stuff, then, that's something to think about. The other thing is, are you making enough dials? Because I tell you, telesales is tough, especially with everything going on with we got a vote going on November 3rd, politicians sending out voicemails. Heck, I got a text message today saying for me to vote for a certain candidate. Well, what do you think Miss Betty's dealing with? I'm sure she's getting mail. I got a stack over here of stuff I throw in the fire from candidates trying to get me to vote for them. So one of the ways they do that is through YouTube now. They do it through mail. They do it through phone calls. So it's going to be hard to get Miss Betty on the phone. So keep that in mind that you're fighting that too. So, but I think the reason I wanted to go live tonight is just talk about that. It's talking about how are you adjusting? Are you adjusting to what's going on in today's telesale world? I think it's phenomenal. I think it's not going anywhere. These are some of the things I talk about in my course that I do weekly is, everything's changed. Everything's changed, but we have hope. We have, now we've got telesales. The reason I got into telesales was because I was a face-to-face agent, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, what happens if I break my leg? Or what happens if, COVID hits? We all shut down. Now we've adjusted as telesale agents. Man, we can do some damage. We can really, a good example, I tell folks this all the time, but a good example is like to-goes and restaurants. If you're out there and you run a restaurant and you didn't adjust for COVID, meaning you didn't adjust your to-go business, you didn't have more to-go boxes, you didn't have more to-go menus, then you may not be around now. But if you did adjust, and I'll tell you, the numbers are 10 to 15% to-go orders on a typical restaurant business. Well, what is it now? You're looking at probably 40%, 45% of to-go orders now. So, wow. 40% of restaurants' business now is to-go orders. Okay, let's change it up a little bit and do face-to-face. If face-to-face and telesales was, a smaller percentage of that, where will it be in a year? Where will it be in 2 years? I don't think telesales is going anywhere. I think there's going to be more carriers that adjust. There'll be more carriers that do voice signature. There'll be more carriers that make it so that we can do a lot more signatures. And look at the bottom line. They're going to look at the sales. They're going to look at who's bringing in, what carrier's bringing in more money, and how are they doing it. Are they doing it through face-to-face and paper applications, e-apps? That's why we went from paper applications. If you think about this, go back. Paper applications, and then it went to e-apps, and now we're going to voice signatures. Times are changing. Are you adjusting? Are you changing? So, sorry about that. I think it's definitely something you guys ought to take a look at and really adjust. Get ready. You're in this group because of telesales, so if you're doing face-to-face, I think this could work. With face-to-face is getting that client on the phone and she's not ready to meet with you, do telesales. But if you are a telesales agent, just get ready. I think the wave is coming. I think it's here. Are you adjusting? Are you making it? Are you adjusting? Are you adjusting to what you need to do to make it work? So, but anyway, I'll get off here. But be ready for the change and start figuring out who those carriers are. I've got a good list that I work with my course that I do. I invite all of you to join it. It's wonderful. It's a 3-hour course. I go into it and really dig deep into what to say, because a face-to-face presentation is not the same. A face-to-face presentation and telesales are two different things. So if you've never done it, or even your upline's never done a telesale call, it is different. So check out my course, but that's not why I got on here. I want you guys to adjust. I want you guys to be ready for the change. So, all right, it's Jimmy. I'm out. Have a good night.